it? Can you feel the tension? Here it is. Welcome. Hello and welcome to Donkey Shane. My name is Terence Hardnett. Alongside me is my friend Eoin. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Nice to see you now on camera. Mm-hmm. This is a whole different thing.
Just arrived.
Yes. I just dropped. He just dropped in from the ceiling, and I wanted. I like to just start off by like why you're here, because Owen's not a comedian. This is our first non-comedian guest. I'm so happy you're here. Boop boop. Yes, exactly. We're very happy. Thank you very much. But you're here because we teach English to students together, and we had such a nice conversation when we were stranded in some city. I forget which little Austrian town we were stuck in.
The first time at the
it might be the first time.
Yeah. Oh,
Salzburg?
No.
It was small.
It was the place with the Stift, with the big
the big Stift.
Melk. No, another one. Small. Smaller.
Okay. Yeah, like near. Yeah, like we're in nowhere places. But we had a good talk.
I was in Melk for another week, but not with you.
Yeah. Oh, I like Melk. It's got that.
You went there last year.
I didn't go. I don't think I've been through there a lot because it's halfway between Vienna and Ipswich, where my wife is from. I got married. Here I am. I'm married now. That's important.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Whoop whoop.
And yeah, you just have a interesting life, an interesting story, and you learn German it seemed to me very easily.
No.
But you're a smart guy.
That doesn't mean easy though. That's not the same.
Okay, so you had a hard time learning German?
I don't think a hard time is one thing, but like a long time,
Good.
Like a lot of Mühe in a lot of places and a lot of different, but the overall picture for me is not coming to one place and picking up books and learning the language from a particular people in a city or something like this. I was in a lot of different places in Germany, so my first experiences were as a young hitchhiker, going to lots of different smaller communities in Germany, overall, like being led there by my friends because they would have had certain connections there, or they would have lived there. So my first impressions of the language are not A1 book, or my first impressions are people from all over the world speaking German in kind of aggressive or forceful ways,
trying to
getting their needs and their desires and their demands very much out, but also using the language in many different ways with many different types of mistakes from many different cultures and also
different dialects. Yeah, at one point you told me when you were in your C1 class, and they're like, okay, where did you learn German? Because you had learned it everywhere.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Like one thing I heard a lot in this class, for example, was that dialects, they're just impossible to understand. And even the local dialect here, even the city dialect, although it's not one dialect either, there's a few different branches of that. Even that was very difficult for people, which I found a little bit surprising because... Well, not surprising, but a little bit disappointing because it did mean that they were coming to the language through certain corridors around everyday life, in a sense.
Around it instead of through it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Instead of like using it as a even using it makes it sound so instrumental, but like taking it and going into the world around you with it, learning about that world, learning about how people historically have expressed that world, how it's built up, what kind of different history the local words have, or the local phrases, or whatever it is. Like that's just there for you to take and understand if you choose to do it that way. But if you also, sometimes I think the misapprehension people have is that they need to learn a very strict system of a language called Hochdeutsch or something like this, and then they need to prove, and it's all about like being somewhat provable that you have this Fachsprache, essentially like a high level of like and you can speak it.
Fachsprache.
Yeah, like Fach is a Fach. I need to cough out a little bit there. It's is it like technical language?
Fachsprache.
Yeah.
But isn't that coming from these people? They go into an A1 class looking to get the A1 certification for a visa, then they go to the B1 class looking to get a B certification for a job, and then C1 like
precisely.
So it's like it's just like school sucks, and like it sucked. That's what I was halfway through my German class, and I was like, how come I'm not taking to this? And I remembered, school sucks. School. It was this stupid thing where like I had signed up for the class in order to learn German on my own. Like I have not that I have no reason, but I've got no professional reason to learn German. It's like I want to enrich myself and be in this culture that I'm in now, and then I'm like I'm like procrastinating my homework and like hoping the teacher doesn't call on me. I'm like, they should call on me. I'm paying them to call on me. No one is making me be. Like I'm wasting my own money being here. But it is just like, I think I don't jive with the structure of like a class, which is kind of why we're here in a podcast studio trying to teach me German.
They try to go in different directions. Yeah, I see.
So it sounds like that's how you've learned as well, just by because you're Irish and you started. What is this story? You just up and left and went traveling?
Yeah, kind of, basically. I finished my bachelor's in English, and it was very boring there in the country at the time, and a little bit hopeless somehow because of the increasing pressures for young people to find places to live, or very, very expensive city,
in Dublin.
Very neoliberal society, very, very hostile towards.
Oh, the housing market
exactly. Insane. Yeah. Unbelievably insane.
Was it before Brexit?
It was actually so my first year of traveling was 2016, and I was very in the dark about everything that was happening, and randomly I would get into a car with somebody hitchhiking, and then they would ask me a question like, do you think that the British are going to leave the European Union? And I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That'd be crazy, that can't happen. And then a week later I would land somewhere, read the news, and be very shocked by what was happening.
So 2016 was the Brexit debate, like they were talking about it a lot.
It happened in 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Wow, what a year.
Yeah, they set the bomb off then. And also the election of Trump as well. So this was
I know that one. I knew that one for sure.
The cool times.
that was a turning point. It's going to be like, that's a calendar year. Or they're all years or calendar years. I knew when I said it, this is not the right thing to say.
Doesn't matter.
It was a banner year.
Yes.
Banner year.
Yeah. Steve Bannon year. It was a Steve Bannon year.
It was, and then many years after that were also Steve Bannon years.
Yeah, sadly.
He left the administration, but now he's still lurking.
He's still there. He's
not.
He's around. He's around.
Yeah, a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
But you left. Yeah, good. Okay, this is.
No, I mean, like. He's playing the game.
Yeah, I think if you're smart and evil, they usually use a different word. Like he's a cunning man.
Yeah,
he's got
conniving.
Conniving. Yeah, there's all kinds of words that mean smart, but they're like, but evil.
Yeah. But you're being a cunt.
But evil. Yeah. It's like when they say Slytherin, when they say Ravenclaw, they say they're smart, and when they say Slytherin, they say they're cunning, which is like that they're smart, but they don't give a shit about morals.
Yeah. Neoliberals.
Yeah, they're neoliberals.
Neoliberal technocrat.
Neoliberal technocrat house.
What is the morality of killing?
Let's read Augustine.
I mean, it's in the first book. It's a really good quote from Quirrell, who's got Voldemort in the back of his head, and he goes, Voldemort taught me that there is no good and evil. There is only power, and those too weak to seek it.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's a really nice... it's like the first book. I mean, it's a really good job. And J.K. Rowling has never been wrong, That's what's really important to remember.
Yes, the mold in her house right now is not eating her brain.
Yeah. Wow, is that the theory, that she has mold in her house?
She did a live stream and there was gigantic black mold spots in the back of her building.
Ooh.
So...
That's hilarious.
It coincides also with her going real crazy. Is her moving out to that building?
She moved to a castle and went crazy.
Well, no, it's like... like a British cottage,
But
like a really nice
she's
cottage.
A multi-billionaire. She can't
Yeah.
place renovated.
Brother.
She can't afford a scrub daddy.
I mean, that is the kind of weird rich that you have where they don't spend it. They just hoard it, like fucking Smaug.
Smaug.
Yeah, Smaug. Smauggle.
Smauggle.
Yeah.
Smauggle.
Too many words. Speaking of fantasy, too many close words in Lord of the Rings. Smaug, Smeagol.
Yeah.
Sauron, Saruman.
Yeah.
You're just asking to get these things mixed up, JR.
True.
Yeah.
But also, he was probably just like, nobody cares. Like he wrote it for himself, basically.
He started trying to make Elfish make more sense, or because he invented Elfish, and then he wanted someone to speak it, and so he wrote a whole book where people are
hilarious. I didn't know that. Okay,
that's what I heard. He's like a linguist nerd.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He invented a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Even ones that he didn't use.
Autism didn't exist, guys.
Nah, yeah. Just Oxford University.
Whole universe plus language. languages.
Not him.
Not
him.
on the
Couldn't be
spectrum.
him. No.
Not on the spectrum at all.
But Dublin's getting expensive. You just got your English literature degree, and now it's time to
question mark. Kind of. So I had no idea. I met a friend who I hadn't seen in years, and she was hitchhiking. There's a very specific kind of subculture at this time of people going from place to place and kind of living with each other where they can, or sleeping out of doors, or tenting in different places, or sleeping in abandoned buildings. So there was a lot of that at the start, and a lot of that happened in Germany, because that's a safe place to do it, basically.
Okay, why?
Because you can do things very easily there. You have a lot of atomized civilization around. You have a lot of autobahns. You can get off and on very easily. You can move around very easily. You can get anywhere very quickly, and then you can take a tent and you can go behind a gas station and sleep there, for example.
And they don't mind.
Sometimes they do.
That's what
you just hide yourself.
Yeah, but normally you don't get a fan or anything. They just tell you to move your shit.
They're like, come on, get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can put a little bit of the screws on you, but only if you've done a really stupid thing, like go somewhere you're really, really not supposed to be. And you can do that sometimes at night if you're walking around in the dark and you're like, that looks like a good and you wake up and you're like in the middle of the car park.
It looked like a good spot. So what did you have a goal in mind? Was it like the beginning of a journey for you, or were you just like, I'm just going to go for a while, and it lasted for longer than you thought?
I didn't know what would happen, really. I mean, it got a little bit addictive because it was just one experience that I could never have imagined before after another, in a sense, and being in all of these different places suddenly, because I was quite not comfortable, but settled in Dublin. I didn't really want to leave the city even somehow, or I did, but I didn't know how to. So then when I left, I was all over the place, basically.
Yeah, you got the bug.
Yeah, exactly. And it would carry on from what had happened before. So meeting somebody somewhere would send me somewhere else, and then we'd all send each other off in ways, and if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
What were you doing? Like, what was the day-to-day? I know where you were sleeping, but what were the days like?
It really depends. I mean, it depends on, some days I would be in a city. I would show up in Berlin at something, and then I'd have to figure it out a little bit and walk around and find places to, sometimes like a park to sleep in if it was necessary, or I would know friends there. We would meet, they would show me things. Gradually I would kind of go to certain places repeatedly and pick up ideas about what it was or how to move around. But it was very, very, I don't mean to be evasive in the question. It was very difficult to define so many different.
Just exploring is or something.
Exactly.
Like living, man.
Really, kind of. Exactly.
Sick.
Being kind of moved around by drivers and having conversations, and it was always very transitional then, because you get in a car, something quite unexpected has happened, you talk to the person, and then you're ready for the next kind of little episode somehow. And it would always go like this in a way. And
you were in Germany. You went all over Europe, from what I remember from the story.
Yeah, I mean from west to east, most of the countries there, but not in every one yet. And I don't even really have plans to do that. I'm not so obsessive. There's some people out there who are like, I want to be in every United Nation, and
they want to check off every,
exactly, just listing, but no, that's exhausting and mentally not so satisfying. But
But what is do you have a story from that time that would exemplify what life was like? It's like you meet a person, they go, I've got a farm we can all go to, or what are you doing? What was the community focused on?
They were focused on, it was abroad, so a lot of people, and when I met them, they were focused on freedom, maybe is one way to put it.
Freedom, yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. They're sort of not libertarians exactly, but they wanted to be able to figure themselves out on their own terms. They were kind of relying on each other to help. But then that's not the best way to do it either, because if you have a group of people who sporadically meet across this kind of scattered conditions and occasionally give each other guidance, it's good, but you can't rely on such a group.
It's inherently disorganized.
Exactly.
By design.
Precisely. Yeah. Deliberately. Yeah. It's a way to break the circuits, essentially, which is a good way to...
Yeah. You're off the grid.
Exactly. Yeah. But you have to come back on and off and on.
You're slipping into... Yeah, sure, if you're in Berlin, it's you got to be on the grid a little bit.
Or I could be staying with a friend and you could be going in and around the city, but you wouldn't, you don't feel there, in a sense. But for example, in Vienna, it's only in the last couple of years that I actually feel the things are here, rather than just another fast-moving structure through my life. This really exists somehow, and it can be sometimes a little bit disorientating if you move around so much. Things, you get a really wide picture, but it's not so concrete at times.
So then I guess the question is like, how are you picking up German? What is your German language learning like?
Now or then, or
then through to now?
Then it's words. It's like basic attempts to recreate what you're hearing in your environment. Or it's like sometimes in a car, let's say the driver would be talking to my ex-partner who knew some German from school, but not much. And then he would say a sentence and I would be like 4 words and I wouldn't know what they all mean suddenly. You know, it wouldn't be like I was studying what they were saying. It was just suddenly like every word in that sentence actually makes sense. I got that meaning. I don't know how I got that meaning. Maybe it's just through exposure, but it means that it's not hard. At some level, fundamentally, it's not impossible to grasp.
Were you trying to learn?
Yes and no. Like I wanted to know obviously what was happening around me. You don't want to be completely lost in an ocean of noise of people. But it wasn't like sitting down with books came a few years later even, and like learning in a really dedicated way. Up until that point, there's one it's not in German, but a Polish phrase is really interesting. I always remember this as a moment of like when the first time I came into Poland. And we were at a gas station and they had this sign and it said "Zapraszam na obiad," and it's like 3 words, and I was like, those are the weirdest looking words I've ever seen. Like I have no idea what that could possibly mean. And then my partner at the time, she was a Polish speaker, so I asked her, and then she described the 3 words, and then they were fixed. You know,
and you had them.
So you had them, yeah. And then suddenly it's like if you just like
what they mean.
Fix it. Zapraszam na obiad is like we invite you to dinner or lunch or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then that zapraszać is also a really important verb that you hear a lot, and so things repeat like this. And so I feel like it was more just at the start realizing that things could be fixed in an unconscious way, and then also learning how to build on top of that in a more direct and...
Okay, this is useful for me because I thought that by living here I would get things unconsciously, but the unconscious learning has not been as fast or effective as I thought it was going to be.
Subconscious, you mean? Unconscious would be you are literally passed out somewhere.
I disagree, Paul, and I wish you would never quit my English ever again. Unconscious does mean you're not awake, but also means you're not aware. You're not thinking of it.
Yeah, it is.
But that's subconscious.
There you go. You're correct.
There are 3 terms.
No, just tell someone they're correct.
There is actually also the use of unconscious as a verb.
Really? Oh.
What do you mean? When he tells you what's the difference? What the hell is this? He's smart?
I believe, not just that, but he's Irish, so he knows linguistics. You know? They have the most Nobel Prize winners in linguistics per capita in the world.
There you go. There, see?
They're the number 1.
But regardless, it's this, the sub/unconscious learning.
You just don't want to be a sub. I understand.
Yeah. I want
to be a dom conscious.
Dom conscious learning.
Daddy, beat the German into me. Dom conscious learning.
You're getting back to your father.
But I don't know where I am supposed to. I don't think for me the unconscious, subconscious learning is happening in the way that I would have thought it was. Maybe it's slow and I can't track it.
That's not slow, but unconscious. You can't.
It's unconscious.
You can't track.
Right, I can't be conscious of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unconscious.
You actually just can't. You can at some point when you see the benefits of it in moments when it erupts and you have the phrase and you, like one thing you'll notice more as you learn more and more is that at a certain point you'll stop questioning what you're hearing and it will just be meaningful.
Yes.
At that point, or subconscious levels have worked there.
Without translating every word, I just understand.
It'd just be like if you heard a sentence in English, and it won't be equivocal. It would just be, and it will continue then. And as people speak, you'll hear conversations, and it'll all just be like you won't have to be like, you won't have to reorientate yourself. It'll just be there, and that takes a long time. Like, don't be so hard on yourself about that. Especially because once people actually speak the language, it's all sorts of infinite possibilities of what they can say. And
okay, right. So now there's another thread. It was just like the unconsciousness, the subconsciousness of the language. It's not jiving with the school book way that I was started learning German. And I think that the subconscious unconscious route is helping me more. And it's not being fed by my book learning, you know. So how did the two meet for you? Like at what point did you start your
I mean, for a long time, and even now I hesitate to do it. I avoid textbooks. I just don't use them. I just use any other information, any other kind of text, a poem or a novel or a piece of music or a radio whatever it is, like any text that isn't so formalized that it makes you feel like you're being pulled back into the structure. And
because you're a bad student too, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm an aggressively bad student. I'm very disruptive and dangerous if I feel like it's honestly.
I completely forgot, but there is Courier Junior, I think. Like
What's
the
that?
Courier is like a more centrist-leaning newspaper. They're okay. They do some really good investigative journalism sometimes. But
they had a front page article today, which made me a little bit like, oof.
Yeah. So the Courier sometimes, but they have a junior edition
For kids
or young adults.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that would be also
Cool.
because it's more conversationally written as well. I think that would be also, and it's current news, so
Nice.
it's perfect for you to
Double whammy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stay up to date as well. You know who the assholes are in the government. You know, that's so important because that's a big thing in Austria, at least for cabaret. You know,
Knowing who the assholes in government are.
Yes. You can't make a Kurz joke without knowing Kurz intimately. You know.
A quits joke.
Yay.
Just a little something.
Yeah.
First one you made, I guess.
Yeah.
Colonel Kurz joke.
Colonel Kurtz. But this is inspiring to me, and I like it, and it fits into something that we. And Paul, you'll tell me when we're about 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in. Thank
10
you.
minutes.
And I do think that like a more natural approach to German is going to be the way that I go in, because I don't like school. But how are you using these signs, poems, novels? Like, when did you start doing that? Because I remember you said at one point, you're like, German advertising is so nice, because I learned German using German advertising, and then unfortunately it just began to work on me. It just started to like.
You start to feel the pull. Essentially.
Yeah. It stops being academic.
Yeah. It's not like, what does that mean? And like, another attempt
I
to
want
take
Coke so bad.
Yeah. It's a parasitism everywhere, unfortunately. So what was the question?
When did you start to use these things, and how did you start to use these things?
Well, they're just everywhere around you all the time. So you can turn your the way it works as well for me is it's not so easy to encourage people to do what I do, because I'm kind of crazy. So
Yes.
I hyper focus on these things naturally too. And so I would encourage you to be more attentive, but I don't think I could convince you that it's worth going around with a notebook and translating everything you see all the time like a mad person, right?
Is that what you did?
That's what I would have done at times, yeah. So I would have, depending on... One good example is I moved to Poland to teach last year for 6 months. I was teaching English, and it was a very small city, and it's the city of Kielce, if anybody knows it. It's a very, very small city. Like, it's one street basically up and down, and you can walk it in 25 minutes. So I was hoping to move to conversational level Polish at that point. And what I did was I took a notebook and I walked down the street and I translated every word I saw. And this took ages. This took weeks.
With a phone? Like, what'd you use to translate?
The phone, yeah. Just and writing it out then and kind of revising.
Google, or do you use Leo or some other...
I think it was
dictionary
Google
app?
Translate.
Google Translate, yeah.
Because it was Word. It wasn't like there was obviously writing on the bank, but like more paragraph-based kind of descriptions of how your account would be registered and stuff like this. But it was more about the vocab. It was more like, what is a shoe shop called? What is this called? What is blah blah blah? And so I tried to formulate all of these things, but also to do it in the environment. So then every time I would walk in that street, it's
reinforced.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, that's very good. That's a good exercise, because I learn things once and forget them. But if you do something that you can see over and over and over again.
Exactly. So what would you say, like in life right now, you could envision as something that you see over and over again that might be full of this stimulus?
I don't know, but like, I guess my neighborhood. I mean, like, my neighborhood has got signs and whatever, and I know them now. But like, in transit, like in the train, on these trains I'm taking across Austria, like all of that vocabulary, like umsteigen, Bahn, you know, like on der links, like the exit on the left hand side. And I still actually don't. It's so funny because that was one of the tests in my A1 thing. Was like, you hear a train announcement and they only play it once, and you have to know what they said. They only play it once because on the train they only play it once.
Yeah, exactly.
And they even did you the courtesy of making it really hard. I'm like, okay, I get that it's a test. It's a good test.
It's a very accurate.
It's a good test.
Yeah.
I mean, but like
that's fine. But then they also on the trains play the message in English.
Yeah,
it's just like ridiculous.
Well, depending on what kind of conductor we have, because some of the English
cute.
is outrageous.
It's really cute.
It's
sometimes.
outrageous. Next stop, please get out on the left side.
Yeah,
so
like
good.
this train is.
There is no smoking on the platform. Please move on. Yes. Yeah. This is the fastest way how you can go to Linz.
Yeah,
you know?
This train does not go.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like, okay.
Does it?
It has ceased to be.
Yeah.
It does not exist. It's like yeah.
So yeah, I would try that. But I think getting into the natural way. But so did you settle in a German-speaking place eventually? So let's finish the wandering genius story of Eoin. I think you're a genius.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, but that's why I told you, because that way, if it doesn't mean anything, why do you go like this?
because people do say it, and I do often tease them about it.
Nice.
Because
okay.
I see their genius, and they don't understand it in themselves.
Very
apparently.
good.
So
good. Well, this would be a good time to tell me in which way I'm a genius, but we can just move on.
When I'm kissing you.
After the kiss. After the kiss.
Ein Bussi und dann sag
Bussi. With the now I'm distracted. Now all I can think about is kissing. What are we talking about? Well, because wait. So yeah, where did you? When you're wandering, where did you settle? Did you settle somewhere?
In multiple places.
Okay.
Innsbruck was one. Padua. In Italy was another one, and then in Copenhagen, in Wrocław, in Kielce, here. In Halle, so is it? There's a list.
Okay.
And I hate listing it because it's tedious. It's another place and another place and another.
It's a cool life, though. Yeah. Okay. So I remember you told me some stories about Innsbruck, and then that is kind of a place where you were really like getting into learning German, and you lived.
I would say that I didn't learn anything there. I have to be objective. Yeah, I didn't, and I don't know why. I'm not really sure what happened.
Because it's Tyrolean German.
That has that's probably it. Yeah. But I don't recall trying to either. I think that was a big gap. And I mean, there's only one memory I have actually of fixing something in the language at that time, and it was gegen Faschismus on the street. And I was
against fascism.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, okay, I didn't expect that to be written here somehow, but yeah. So then, no, it just didn't really happen. It was only when I was living in Belgrade that I started to, for some reason, learn German instead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Serbia,
really focusing.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
Capitals.
Thank you very much. I mean, that's one of the capital cities of. It's the capital city of.
Brother,
thanks a lot.
You're doing so much better than all my other American friends.
Yes, I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying to be European.
You need to learn all the city names that the Austrian-Hungarian Empire used to own. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, it's nearby.
Definitely.
For a reason. Yeah. It's nearby. I mean, it was nearby. That's what they.
just
owned.
take it.
Why don't we have it? It's nearby.
Yeah.
So why did you study German in Belgrade?
I don't know. I just decided to, and I was doing the Duolingo thing, but that's not effective. I mean, it's fine, but it's not effective.
What's your take on Duolingo? Everyone's got a hard take on it.
My hard take was I did the whole Polish course and I couldn't say a word. Like,
isn't that crazy?
Like, yeah.
There's sort of this. I saw this conspiracy theory is that like every other app, Duolingo is just trying to capture your attention for as long as possible.
100%. That's all.
Right.
Yeah,
so if you got conversational in Polish, Duolingo would stop being a part of your life. So they want to they teach you phrases like "my cat is a lawyer" or something like this. Like
that kind of crap.
I've never used it before. So.
I saw there was like a video on TikTok, and I saw a few funny screenshots where it's like of phrases. It's like, this is the phrase you picked, and it's like, not "may I have a coffee, please." You know what I mean? It's like stupid combinations of words that wouldn't be natural.
Word salad.
Yeah, you kind of a really bit like just things that don't exist somehow.
Right.
You know, things that you'd never say to somebody unless you want to confuse them in real life, and then
"my cat is a lawyer."
Yeah, exactly. What are you supposed to? Huh?
The cop is like, yeah, you're going to prison.
The cop is like,
drunk.
I don't care where your cat is. You can't sleep behind this gas station. I don't care. I don't. Can you call your cat and let him know you're in jail?
Feline for some lawyers.
Yeah. So and then okay, we can just go to Vienna. And then when did you settle in Vienna?
This was 2021.
Okay, nice. Right after the pandemic.
Exactly. Yeah.
How was the pandemic for the homeless wanderer community? Great. Bad?
Weird. I spent 4 months in my Irish domicile with my family, and that was very I mean, I love my family, but it's very, very tedious to have to return as an adult, like an adult in the 30s, being like, oh, I gotta, and then to be stuck with them there. But
buddy, I know literally like all over the world this was happening, is like people in their early 30s being like, Mom, Dad,
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm eating all your stuff, sleeping in your bed, doing the laundry. Not paying rent.
That's the big one.
Global phenomenon. People who are way too old being back in the house.
Your generation created a monster that nobody wants to house.
A reckoning, a global reckoning with the boomers. It was the 2020 boomers millennial war was happening in every kitchen. Boomer. Here comes the boomer.
Yeah.
Kelly?
Have the boomers won, though? That's what I want to know.
The boomers have lost, but they won't give up.
They won't give up.
That is I think that the biggest thing about the boomers is they're not letting go of the power. You're 73.
So the numbers don't, at least in America, don't belie that point, because they're the richest generation.
The numbers don't belie that point?
Yeah.
So the numbers make that look true. Yes.
Well done. Well translated.
I was just translating your English.
Translating English into
the numbers
English.
Don't belie the point.
That's a
no problem.
sentence.
You started it. I'm just finishing
This is not a subconscious decision of mine.
No problem. Hit me. Hit me hard. Hit me.
But the boomers are the richest generation now.
Oh.
They have the most money out of all of the generations, and they are the ones that give it away the least, especially before their death. Every generation before that would mostly give the money or property to the kids while they were still alive.
Yeah.
Like 10, 20 years before you die, you give it to your kids, because then you know that you did that.
Right.
You know, you did that, and it's in the safe hands, and you can die.
And you can still live in the house or whatever.
But the boomers are like clinging to it with like every single like breath. They're like, no! And they are also pissed off because they think that Gen X didn't do it correctly, and therefore are not deserving of that money.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly insane to me, you know? Like, no, you created that generation.
And this is a global phenomenon, you think?
A little bit, yeah. It's more pronounced in the US.
Yeah.
But also because of liberalization, making it so that most countries don't have a death tax anymore, like a Ablebenstaxe.
Inheritance tax.
Saying that word is really bad, because then immediately everybody turns on you.
With death tax is a bit more provocative.
Look, I'm a comedian. I have to exaggerate, you know. But most people just call it, in German, I think they call it Ablebenstaxe.
Ablebens, from life.
Yeah.
Oh. Ablebens.
Yeah. But that was because the right-wing government made the word inheritance tax inherently dirty.
Yeah.
Because it, like, the state is taking shit away from you, even though it has no impact on you if you're not a millionaire. You know, like, and then what are you complaining about? Oh no, they're taking a fourth of a thing you haven't worked for.
I know. It's a trick in American politics too.
Yeah, but that also exasperated that situation.
Yeah.
Because now they are really thinking, no, it's my stuff, you know.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And okay, move back into Dublin with your parents.
Oh yeah. Oh, jeez, man.
That's where and we're back.
And then so maybe 4 or 5 months there, and I moved to Halle somehow. I'm not really sure what the conditions of it. No. First to Norway to do some whale watching with, and then to Halle.
Where's
Halle an der Saale?
Halle an der Saale, genau.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wo ist das?
Das ist Norddeutschland in der Nähe von Leipzig.
Okay.
Leipzig ist es.
I only know it because of the funny name.
Halle an der
Saale.
Saale.
The Saale is the river.
Oh, okay,
So it's
nice.
Halle an der Saale.
Oh, it's cute. I bet they like it too. Yeah.
They do. Yeah, it's very nice to see.
Halle an der Saale.
Yep. And then from there, I got an invitation actually to a party in Switzerland from a friend who was in French Switzerland, and I ended up living in that part of the world for 5 months.
It's a great party, and you're just like, you know what?
Lausanne, which
It was I don't want to name the village
fair enough.
because it's a lot of very interesting people live there, and they want privacy essentially.
Sure.
But
Whoa.
it's a
God, no, it
I know.
really works. If you do that, I get
I know.
10 times more
I know,
intrigued.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting people
Not
living
knowing
in the village.
is more powerful.
Yeah, what I'd see, I can tell you, I just don't want to broadcast this,
No problem.
you know, because they're not like running away from it, but they want privacy, so I
Cool.
give it to them. But
French, Swiss, and they want privacy?
what's it right?
But is it a kind of, could I say it's kind of a hub for this lifestyle that you've...
No,
grown
yes,
into?
yes and no. I mean, they have different lifestyles, actually. Part of the lifestyle I think I'm trying to describe is one that isn't really defined by routines, maybe somehow. So they are coming from all different places in Switzerland and in Germany too, and from, like, I met a lot of people in Waldbesetzungen, zum Beispiel, the people who were doing the forest occupations, people who were living as squats, people who were doing their own long-term
Waldbesetzungen.
Waldbesetz.
Oh, Waldbesetzt. Okay, so forest
occupation.
occupation.
Yeah, occupation, exactly. Yeah.
Ness.
Goddamn hippies.
Yeah.
Love 'em,
Right,
love
I'm like,
'em.
I know this is Owen saying it in a long way, but my dad would be like, yeah, they're hippie bums. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Goddamn literal tree huggers.
yeah.
But you have enough people. I'm not Jordan Peterson, right? Like, so I have to tell the others.
Believe me, I think it's more complicated than that too. And my dad probably understands more than I said, you know. And
I'm sure. Yeah. But it's still very tempting just to be like these smelly bums.
Yeah.
Because you do become a smelly bum, but not these people necessarily, because they're I would say they're more punkish. They're more politically. They were more, and still probably are more politically active. But a lot of people move there as well just to get away from big cities and stuff, and to live with people who. One of the things about this village that I really liked was that there just weren't any COVID because they weren't needed, right? Like, you need it in a big city where everybody is a disease vector and everything. But like, if you're a village of 200 people, you can decide for yourselves what you do, because your interactions also with the wider world. And so
Nobody shake the Amazon delivery driver's hand.
No.
You stay over there,
And you're
delivery driver.
outdoors. Yeah.
You drop it off at the border and then you leave again.
Exactly, yeah. And the driver is happy to do it. Really? Doesn't have to shake anybody's hand.
Oh, for him it's actually convenient.
Yeah.
You
Short
wear your
distance, just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the village is also in a tal, a valley, so it's well, no, it's very busy, so because people on motorbikes go through it all the time, so it's not like a completely hidden place, but it is a place, and I think it's important for small places to be able to decide communally how they want to act and behave. And
Okay, so that was a cool 5 months.
that was a really cool 5 months.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
During COVID, as you said. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then COVID's winding down 21, and you're like, why Vienna?
I had nice experiences and good friends in Vienna already, but then my partner at the time, she wanted to study. She is still studying now, actually, astrophysics in the Sternwarte Park, if you know this city. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just around the corner.
Genius girlfriend, genius partner,
Ex-partner.
God,
Very good
that's
friend.
my nerd dreams as a 10-year-old.
What's it called again?
The Sternwarte.
It's
Yeah.
observatory, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to go and visit it?
Which one?
How do you mean?
The one that's over there, or the one that's in Otterkring?
The one that's over here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Where's over here in the 18th district?
It's
18th. Yeah, right on the border to the 19th.
Okay, so you grew up not far from it too.
Yeah.
The Türkenschanz Park is right beside it, and then Gersthof.
Yeah, and the observatory in Otterkring is really funny because when it was built by like a rich dude who just wanted to give it as a gift to the city of Vienna, and he wanted the cutting edge of observatory technology, and the only way how to make basically an anti-reflective ring of the telescope itself was from platinum. So that was like in today's money like a 250,000 euro ring made out of platinum, and then like 20 or 30 years ago somebody broke in and just stole it.
No way.
Just lifted the whole ring.
That's so cool.
Just
Ocean's 11
and just ditched with it. Yeah.
and them pushing it down the street.
Oh, with the little
they got a big platinum stick.
Yeah,
of course. and they trained. They had a really old guy who had been training for years. He played the game. Yeah.
But that's the first time I saw Venus properly was in that one. That's the first time I saw the corona of the sun properly. Like it's as a kid, especially when you're into Star Trek, seeing these planets and
getting a look at Uranus.
Yeah, exactly.
God, it was true.
Uranus, I barely know her.
She still works there if you want to tour. Not a tour, you probably know it, but if you want to go up and
absolutely,
nice.
That's sick. That's sick.
I'd say she's away now until some time, but then
perfect. I have work to do, and until then I can, nice.
Let's go.
So yes,
about time to switch. Okay, first, you tell me, do you like Vienna?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
great.
Really like it. Yeah,
nice. My follow-up question is why? Why? Why do you like it so much?
I don't know. It's just so there's so many things around me that are very different and we're very connected. Where I live now, I live with really great people. I love them very much, and I'm very happy to. Even though it's only been less than a month, I think that
you're in love.
Yeah. Those wonderful people I've met in my life. And then in this is right beside Karlsplatz basically, but everywhere I turn, there's a different kind of street, a different kind of. Like a green street. You know what I mean? There's all these.
You just got the bicycle highway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It looks so sick.
It's so good. Yeah. It's so easy to get from anywhere.
What a surprise! The Austrian government is like, what?
It works.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice area. It's a very nice, but all of them, I don't know. I love the city. I go kind of all around it. It's part of my need to explore is still in there somewhere, so I try to visit. I have a lot of friends in different districts too, and I try to always go by foot or by bike or something, so that's cool. Really just and then when you live in it rather than just like cut it up and go on trams and stuff like that all the time, it feels more, it's like infinite, so I don't know, I love it. So
und wie lang magst du in Deutsch wohnen? In Wien wohnen?
In Wien wohnen, bis Ende meines Lebens vielleicht.
Really?
Ja, oder ich weiß das nicht, weil es könnte auch das einmal in der Landschaft oder auf dem Land könnte ich auch wohnen. Ich habe das
Burgenland, Niederösterreich?
Burgenland habe ich sehr schlechte Dinge gehört. Aber ich weiß nicht, warum.
Es kommt drauf an. Magst du Wein?
Es hängt an der Wein natürlich.
Ja, magst du ungarisches Essen?
Ungarisches Essen? Ja.
Ungarisches.
Ungarisches
Essen.
Ungarisches Essen,
ja. Burgenland.
Ja.
Es gibt so
super
viel.
Big. Ja.
Das ist Gulasch und so. Oder
ja, genau, richtig. Nein, es ist es ist sehr beeinflusst, das Essen von der ungarischen Küche.
Beeinflusst.
Ja, influenced.
Ja.
Oder es ist 1:1 das gleiche Gericht, weniger scharf.
Oder untereinander.
Weniger scharf?
Ja, that's it. Ja, das Österreichische ist das gleiche, nur weniger scharf.
Also, ja.
Weil
weniger Paprika.
Ja, genau, richtig. Ja, nicht Pfeffer. Oh nein.
Nicht Pfeffer.
Ohne Pfeffer eigentlich.
Ja, viel halt, weißt du, weil die Österreicher viel weniger scharf essen.
Ja, sie wollen weniger Gewürze und so auch.
Ich hatte eine andere bedeutet für Pfeffer gelernt an meiner Hochzeit. So viele Menschen hat gesagt, dass meine Familie hat Hat Pfeffer.
Hat richtig Pfeffer, ja.
Tanzen so viel und Pfeffer.
Genau so.
Ja,
Ja.
richtig Pfeffer, ja.
Ja.
Richtig Pfeffer.
Ja.
Gut.
Und dann auch noch geh hin, wo der Pfeffer wächst.
Geh hin.
Geh hin, wo der Pfeffer wächst. Das
Ja.
ist,
Wo der,
Go fuck yourself.
ja.
go the, what?
Go
Yeah,
where the
but-
pepper grows.
Yeah.
Where the pepper grows?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
It's like where the buffalo roam. The pepper goes.
Just fuck off.
Go where the pepper grows?
Yeah.
Because we don't know where it grows, but
Yeah, you just go there.
Ja,
Ja,
genau. Ja,
Geh with
richtig.
it.
Weil es war so eine
Facts.
altmodische, vielleicht die hatten keine Ahnung eigentlich, wo der
Richtig, genau.
Ja.
Ja, fix. Ja.
was denn ist. Ja.
Wenn man nicht weiß, woher es kommt,
Ja,
dann
das-
schickt man die Leute hin. Genauso wie wir früher gesagt haben, der ist aus Djibouti.
Djibouti, ja.
Der ist aus Djibouti. Yeah, go to Djibouti.
Wir haben nicht gewusst, wo Djibouti ist.
Ja,
wir haben
ja,
einfach nur gesagt,
genau. Ja. Und so Timbuktu auch.
Auch, ja,
Okay, es war immer
voll.
so.
Amerikanisch, ja, Timbuktu. Sorry.
Im Deutschen.
Von hier
auch.
bis
Timbuktu.
Timbuktu.
Ja.
Oh, wow.
Ja.
Ein lustiger Wort.
Und auch noch wichtig für Pfeffer, deine Rechnung kann auch gepfeffert sein.
Und das meint
Gepfeffert oder gesalzen,
Ja.
beides stimmt. Beides ist richtig.
Aha, was
Teuer.
Teuer.
Wenn es wirklich teuer ist, das war gesalzen.
Es ist ein
Oder
bisschen,
das war wirklich gepfeffert.
ist das ein
Ja.
bisschen verdächtig
Ah.
auch? So, dass, das ist zu viel, es ist zu viel.
Ja, genau, richtig, ja. Du kannst es dir noch leisten, aber es tut dir ein bisschen weh.
Ja,
Ja.
okay.
Ja, dann ist es gepfeffert. Oder gesalzen.
Ja. Du bist gepfeffert eigentlich.
Ja, okay. So, ich habe der Gruppe Anime Kantereit gehört, so viele. Kannst du Anime?
Nein,
Kannst du
aber
kennst du Anime Kantereit?
willst du auch jetzt?
Anime Kantereit.
Wir können jetzt vernehmen
Ja.
noch, wenn du, oder?
Ja.
Ja, cool.
Ich habe Wort von Leder von
Ja, okay, passt.
Wird
Vocabulary. Okay.
Wortschatz.
So, wenn man sagt, lass es kriechen.
Das ist Krisen.
Lass es kriechen. Was bedeutet lass es kriechen? Lass es los.
Krisen?
Lass es kriechen.
Krisen, ja.
Wie ein Kries, ja?
Kreis.
Lass es kreisen. Lass es kreisen.
Lass es kreisen.
Okay.
Kreisen sind große
Circle.
Ja.
Oder ja.
My German speaking teacher says, Kries, like, so it's not like let it circle. Lass es kriechen.
Das ist
Lass es
Kreis.
kreisen.
Lass es kreisen.
Kreisen.
Ja. Sondern
Lass es
But
läuft.
it's like, she says it's kind of like,
auf Deutsch.
it's wie wenn man kaputt Dinge.
Okay.
Kreisen. Wie sind Kreisen? Krisen.
Krisen oder Kreisen? Das kann ich.
Es ist wirklich wichtig, da der Unterschied, ja.
Krisen.
Genau.
I will make sure.
Oder lass es grieseln.
Lass es grieseln. Was
Grieseln ist auch noch-
Griesel?
Grieseln ist, wenn der Schnee zum Beispiel runterkommt, dann grieselt es.
Grieselt
Aber
Eich.
das ist auch der Grieselkuchen.
Grieselkuchen. Also das ist wenn,
Streuselkuchen.
Streusel.
Auf den Streuselkuchen grieselst du drauf. Ach,
Lass es raus.
Shit, mhm.
Lass es krisen. Krisen, wieso?
Kreisen.
Kreisen. Okay.
Kreisen ist so in
Circle.
runden Bahnen fahren zum
Okay.
Beispiel oder so.
Kreisen
Ja.
des Kreises.
Okay.
So,
Ja.
Kreises.
Lass es kreisen.
Was ist
Das ist
kreisen?
Kreisen.
Das ist
Aber was-
sehr lyrisch.
Ja.
Was ist lyrisch?
Lyrical.
Okay.
Ja, sehr lyrisch.
Aber was
Ja.
hat die
Ja, es-
Lehrerin von dir gesagt? Oder?
That it's like, das ist wie wenn man go crazy. Wann
Wenn es wahnsinnig
Lass
wird
es in-
oder,
Ja.
oder wenn du Party machst.
ja,
so.
Party Max. Lass es raus is let it out.
Ja.
Yeah.
Aha.
So I think it's like,
Oh, lass es kreisen kann auch das hier bedeuten, wenn ich einen Drink habe oder einen Joint
yeah.
und ich lasse es in der Runde herumgehen.
Ja, super, okay.
Ich lasse es kreisen.
Kreisen, ja,
das
ja.
kann vielleicht das
Lass es
bedeuten.
die
So da
Ja,
kreisen.
Ja, genau. Oder die Zigarre
Bitte lass
oder
es
das,
kreisen.
oder das Bier
Ja,
oder den
ja.
Alkohol.
Jemand sagt, oh,
Ja.
magst du? Und nein, lass
so.
es
Ja, genau,
Okay.
richtig. Lass es kreisen, lass es kreisen. Ja,
Schön.
das kann es
Okay.
auch bedeuten.
Lass es kreisen. Und das macht in diesem Zusammenhang auch, du hast lass es raus und dann es ist so bedeutet, angedeutet so. Es dann kreisen kann. So.
Es dann kreisen.
Ja, es ist so.
Wie ein Bier.
Lass es raus und dann es
Kreisen.
Kreist oder kreiselt? Kreiselt, was sage ich jetzt?
Okay. Wann man rauslassen.
Wenn es rausgelassen ist, dann so kann es umkreisen oder umkreisen.
Okay.
Ja, auch noch das, ja. Oh mein Gott, so viele verschiedene Möglichkeiten.
Super.
Ja.
Das ist besser.
Aber
Musik ist besser.
Sprichst du Irisch?
Irisch? Ja, weniger. Ich lese es manchmal,
Ja.
aber weniger, weil ich habe zum Beispiel...
Siehst du irgendwelche Verbindungen zwischen dem Keltischen und
Indisch?
Ja, aber sehr
alt, ja,
sehr
weil
klein. Ja,
vor 4000 Jahren passiert ist.
genau,
Aber
ja.
weil Österreich ist ja der Ursprung der Celtics.
Ja, okay.
Aber nicht nur mit...
Die ersten Hochkulturen, the first high cultures in Europa sind hier.
Na, die waren eigentlich in Anatolia, diese erste keltische...
Je nachdem, wie man es zählt, aber die
ja.
Hochkultur mit den Häusern und den Dörfern, das war hier. Das war beim Mondsee.
Beim Mondsee?
Ja, Mondsee, ja. Ich glaube, das war die erste Hochkultur war beim Mondsee.
Aber meinst du kulturellerweise oder
Es geht Hand in Hand in dem Fall.
Ja,
du hast auf einmal archäologische Ausgrabungsstücke, die eindeutig zeigen, dass hier Produktion, also Verarbeitung von Materialien,
Industrie auf Englisch.
Eisenerz kommt zum Beispiel vom
Eisenstadt?
Nein, vom Erzberg. Vom Erzberg kommt zum Beispiel Geröll und das wird dann geschmolzen dort und dann wird es in Eisen verwandelt oder Kupfer oder Bronze oder was auch immer. Ja. Aber das sind normalerweise die eindeutigen Indikatoren zwischen einer Kultur und einer Hochkultur.
Ja.
Ist, dass du komplexere Systeme hast.
Ja. Und dann kann weitergeben und so. Und
genau.
Ich glaube, dass der Begriff auf Englisch ist Industry, we say.
Fair.
Ja, Pottery, Keramik, Industry. Und so.
Der Moment, wo mehr als eine Person alles machen kann.
Ja. Und auch wenn mehr als eine Gruppe alles machen kann. Und
genau.
So.
Dass du auf einmal befreundet sein musst mit den Typen da drüben in dem anderen Tal. Jetzt muss ich mit denen reden.
Ich glaub den Kopf an.
Das Hurenkind hat mich schon wieder beschissen.
Ja, wir sagen das auch in Irland.
Mehr oder weniger das Gleiche.
Ja. Das Gleiche, genau. Ja.
Das ist cool, weil ich bin Irish American, aber ich bin wirklich, ich bin keltisch, ich bin österreichisch.
Ja, genau, richtig.
Ich bin keltisch.
Ja, über 3 Ecken.
Over 3 Ecken, over 3 corners.
Ja.
Genau.
Oh, okay, not directly, but over 3 corners.
Genau, richtig, ja.
3 Ecken?
Ja.
Okay, das Satz war eine Debatte.
A debate?
We had a debate.
Ein bisschen, ja. Kontext ist sehr wichtig bei solchen Liedertexten.
No, aber die nächste auch.
Ja.
Und ich weiß wer ich bin.
Und ich weiß wieder, wer ich bin.
Und ich weiß wer ich bin. And I know again.
Wer ich bin.
Oder wieder, wer ich bin.
Wer ich bin. And I know again.
Ich weiß, wer wieder.
And I know again who I am.
Ausgesagt.
And once again, I know who I am.
Who I am.
Und ich weiß, wer ich bin.
Once over. Once over. Sehr, sehr feine Unterschied.
Er hat diese...
Es ist andere, wann man sagt wieder und weiter.
Weiter ist...
Ja,
genau. Wieder ist nochmal und weiter
ist
repeating. Yes, so this was the debate.
Ja.
Is this... ich kann beiden sein. Ja,
du kannst beides sagen. Ja.
Und ich weiß, wie weiter wer ich bin.
Ja.
Oder wer ich bin.
Ja.
Wieder hat Bedeutung von nochmal in diese Zusammenhang.
Ja, in dem Fall wiedererkennen oder sich wieder entdecken.
Ja.
So. Rediscovering yourself.
Okay.
ist
So-
wieder entdecken. Und
Ja.
weiter,
Wird das wieder auch temporal sein? Oder
ja,
so?
ich bin noch immer der ich bin. Ich bleibe der ich bin.
So so in English the meaning changes when you say weiter,
Yeah.
Entschuldigung, weiter, which is how does this was bedeutet weiter?
Wider.
Wider.
Further away
Further,
in time, sort
yeah.
of, yeah,
Wie
weiter.
weit ist,
It will come
yeah.
back again in the
Yeah.
future. It will be repeated. It will be.
This is what I mean. So right, it's like there's a distance with weiter,
Yeah.
wie weit,
Yeah.
Ja.
and there's also the temporal sense
Yes.
of like for always or for long, continuing.
Continuing,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So-
it's eine Fortsetzung. Yeah.
Does it mean something different? I mean, it's something different with either word.
If you were to change it, you mean wenn du had.
Well, she heard it weiter. Und ich weiß, wer ich bin.
Ja, weiter wäre ich. Aber ja, das
Ja,
ist so
das
in.
Das ist eben in dem Fall, ich weiß schon, wer ich bin. Ich muss mich nicht nochmal entdecken.
Ja.
Und ich werde
Ich
auch
weiß
weiterhin die gleiche Person bleiben.
Ja.
Ja, das ist weiter.
Ah, so,
in dem
okay.
Fall, ja.
Das ist interessant.
Gegenüber, ich entdecke mich noch einmal.
Ja.
Also das eine ist Eat, Pray, Love und das andere ist Bitch, I'm the perfect specimen already. Ja?
Ja.
Das sind zwei komplett verschiedene.
Ja, beide sind entsetzlich, aber ja.
Okay, die nächste. Kalenderaugenränder.
Augen.
So, Augenränder. Diese.
Augenränder. Ja.
Augenränder.
Okay, ja.
Was
Ja,
bedeutet
Aber eine Compound-Wort. Kalenderaugenränder.
Augenränder?
Das ist poetisch. Ja,
Ja, das ist geil. Ja, aber was bedeutet das dann?
Am
kann-
Spotify sagt nur
Ja.
Calendar Eye Bags. You know?
Ja,
Kalenderaugenränder.
Also, Kalender ist normalerweise viereckig.
Was ist
Also-
vier?
So, it had-
Four corners.
Quadrangle.
Kalender.
Ja, viereckig ist ein Kalender. Und deine Augen sind dann viereckig vielleicht. Kalender, Augenränder.
Aber du hast so oft an den Kalender geschaut. Und so
Ist genau richtig, ja.
Ah, cool.
Genau,
Ja,
du lebst nicht im Jetzt, du lebst immer in der Zukunft. Vielleicht.
Kannst du so viel Kalender
Ja, du schaust immer in die
Ja,
Zukunft. Du schaust
Ja.
nicht ins Jetzt.
Das ist
Du schaust.
Ey.
Ja.
Aber das weiß ich nicht. Ich weiß es nicht. Das ist nur eine
Das ist
Theorie.
cool.
Könnte
I mean,
so
es ist
sein,
cool. Das ist cool. So Poetik kann man sein.
Ja.
Auch.
Es würde ganz
Nein.
Ja.
Hier.
Speziell ab dem, ich würde sagen ab 1830, 1850. Deutsche Autoren haben wirklich angezogen, was kreatives Schreiben anbelangt.
Ja.
Also das sind Sachen aus dem, ich meine, der Erlkönig
Ja.
ist ein enorm lyrisches Gedicht, das du in, keine Ahnung, 8 verschiedenen Arten interpretieren kannst.
Ja.
Ja, okay. Ja.
4 verschiedene Stimmen.
Interpretieren.
Wenn es gesungen ist.
Ja, genau, richtig. Ja.
Also
gesungen
im
wird.
Kontext,
Ja.
wir sehen uns und beide sehen Kalenderaugenränder.
sehen-
Sag's noch einmal.
Wir sehen uns
Ja.
und beide sehen Kalenderaugenränder.
Augenränder.
So we see in each other, wir sehen uns
Ja.
und beide sehen
In
we both
Den
see.
anderen Personen.
Ja, genau,
die
richtig.
andere Person. Kalenderaugenränder.
So, ich bin in dem Fall wahrscheinlich mit jemandem zusammen, der auch nicht im Jetzt lebt, vielleicht. Also wir beide, darum sind wir ein Paar, ist, weil wir beide nicht das Jetzt konfrontieren können.
Ja.
Vielleicht.
Weil
Ja.
die beide kann es sehen ineinander, aber nicht in selbst.
Ja, genau, richtig.
Ja.
Du kannst es nicht selber konfrontieren, aber
Ja,
du
ja,
siehst,
ja.
dass die andere Person einen Scheiß baut.
Aber das
Ja. Und du weißt genau, dass es gibt solche Dinge, es gibt solche, aber du kannst es nicht so in
Ja.
sich selbst
Also, ja,
erkennen.
die Problem ist Kalenderaugenränder. Das
Ja,
ist
ja.
ein Problem
Ich weiß es nicht. Ich habe das Wort noch nie gehört.
Ja, aber hast
Es ist ein cooles Wort. Mir gefällt's.
Ja. Und es ist sehr hilfreich hierzulande zu haben eigentlich, weil die Leute hier sind ein bisschen so. Ich meine,
ein bisschen hier
in Deutschland in so
alles
kalendermäßig und so.
Oh ja, wir sind Diktatoren, was das anbelangt.
Das soll sein und wie und wann. Und,
ich habe eine Geburtstagparty sehr spontan in 3 Wochen.
Ich hoffe, ich bin nicht zu spät dran. Es tut mir so leid. Ich bin so unorganisiert, aber könnt ihr in 3,5 Wochen um 15 Uhr an einem Freitag?
Ich bin so deppert, aber Entschuldigung. Das ist mir einfach demütig. Humble.
Demütig,
ja.
Ich habe nie gehört, mit einem adjective. Like, can you always do this? Demütig?
Nicht
demoralisierend.
Ja, aber das kommt aus
demoralized.
Genau. Dann vielleicht noch defekt.
Defekt. Auch von Griechisch oder?
Wahrscheinlich. Perfekt, defekt.
Aber demütig ist was Besonderes dann, weil kommt.
Demütig ist besonders.
Es fühlt sich
nicht.
Okay,
gut.
Keine Ahnung.
Vielleicht hat es eine
so
lateinische Basis, aber ein griechisches Partikel davor. Das passiert manchmal auch, dass du zum Beispiel anti oder contra verwendest.
Antideluvisch.
Aber es ist eigentlich ein italienisches Wort oder ein französisches Wort und dann hast du trotzdem was Lateinisches davor. Also
aber du hast
Sprache ist ja nicht immer das Gleiche.
Du hast das nicht so mit Müd, weil das ist ein ganz deutsches.
Mutig
ist brave.
Mutig ist sehr deutsch, aber es kommt nicht aus Lateinisch oder so.
Hörst du demütig oft oder?
Im religiösen Kontext.
Ja, sei demütig.
Ja, genau, richtig. Das sagst du deinen guten Schäfchen.
Ja.
Sagst du, sei demütig, sei gut, weil sonst kommt sie in die Hölle.
Ach so.
Ja. Und früher natürlich im Kontext mit Frauen.
Ja, okay. Es ist
Frauen sollen gegenüber ihrem Mann demütig sein.
Und das zu betrügen oder so? Oder was?
Nein, dass sie im Untertan sind.
Okay.
Du bist der Gott als Mann in der Familie und deine Frau muss dir demütig sein.
Subordinate.
Ja, genau.
Demure.
Demure would be probably a good word.
Demütig. Okay.
Ja.
Das ist okay.
Du so, das werde ich dann nachher verwenden und schauen, ob ich eine Watsche kriege oder nicht.
Es kommt gleich.
Die letzte.
Oder 5 auflegen.
5 auflegen.
Ja, 5 auflegen.
Gut.
5 auflegen?
Ein Fünfer auflegen. Oder auflegen, aber...
Lay 5 an.
Ein DJ legt Platten auf.
Ja, auch.
Ja, lay it down.
Dir legt man eine auf.
Und was aufgelegt ist, dann imposed auch. Ja, so.
Imposed und prepped. Das war sehr aufgelegt. Ist für uns als Witzemacher... Die Prämisse war sehr aufgelegt.
Okay. Das ist nicht gut.
Nein, ist zu einfach. Zu einfach.
Ja.
Too easy.
This
joke is too easy.
Ja.
Too laid out, too imposed, or like
too easy, too
aufgelegt.
Too overworked even sometimes.
Tired premise.
Ja, genau. Ein bisschen auch,
aufgelegt.
Yeah.
Good, I have a new one.
Try hard.
And no one likes to try.
No one likes to try.
Niemand mag ein Try hard.
Niemand mag ein Try hard.
Die letzte, Rauschgift.
Rauschgift.
Droge oder so.
Gleiches Wort, mehr oder weniger. Aber Rauschgift ist super hardcore, weil es das Wort Gift drin hat. Poison.
Und
Rausch ist any kind of goddammit. Altered mind, I guess altered mind.
Very altered state.
Oh ja, ich glaube, es war wie Rauch. No, that's Rausch is andere.
Nein.
Okay.
Rauch kann Rausch erzeugen.
Ja. Im guten Part.
Wenn du viel rauchst, kannst du einen Rausch haben.
Ja, okay.
Ja.
Was ist Rausch denn?
Rausch ist
so ein
high. Or
Keine-
altering of the mind.
Ich bin Rausch.
Also zum Beispiel, ich bin in einem Liebesrausch. Weil ich bin verheiratet und ich bin richtig.
Ja,
Aber
ich
but
bin-
I'm high from love.
Ja, okay.
Ja.
Ich habe einen Rausch oder ich bin Rausch?
Ich habe einen Rausch.
Ich habe
Ja.
einen Rausch.
Ja.
Okay.
Ich bin Rausch, du bist so.
Und wenn du viel trinkst, dann hast du einen Mordsrausch.
Mords?
Mörderrausch. Mordsrausch.
Mordsrausch.
Ja, das ist, wenn du so fett bist, dass du dich halbert anspeibst, dann hast du einen Mordsrausch.
Aber wie kann man es verwenden? Hast du Rauschgift mit oder? Nein.
Wenn jeder, ein Kopf sagt das vielleicht. Der sagt,
Hast du
ihr coolen Jungs, habt ihr ein bisschen
Ach so.
Rauschgift mit?
Ja. Okay. Because it's so
Sehr
weil es
technisch.
Sehr technisch.
Ja.
Okay.
Ein Anwalt oder ein Anwalt würde das sagen. Hast du Rauschgift genommen?
Ja. In der Song Lieder.
Lieder.
Ja.
In der Lieder, der Kontext ist, du hast Rauschgift in deinem Blut.
In dein Blut?
In
Okay,
deinem
ja.
Blut.
Ja, okay.
Ja.
Dann
You
Rauschgift
got
in
drugs in
deinem
your system.
Ja, okay.
Ja.
Gut. Ist das poetisch? Ist das...
Na, das ist eher hart. Like, yo.
Ja,
Oh, okay.
Ja.
Stimmt, okay.
In dem Kontext.
Ja.
Wie gesagt, niemand sagt Rauschgift, außer du willst etwas Spezielles
Niemand
damit
sagt-
andeuten.
Okay.
Ja.
Niemand sagt Rauschgift.
Und normalerweise Rauschgift ist auch das härtere Zeug.
Härte?
Ja, harder. harder
Härter
stuff.
gesagt.
Ja,
Harder
das
stuff.
härtere Zeug. Also dein Speed,
Ja, okay.
dein
Heroin.
Heroin, dein Kokain,
Okay.
das ist Rauschgift.
Achso.
LSD,
LSD.
ja. Alkohol wird nicht als Rauschgift bezeichnet, obwohl es ein Rauschgift ist.
Achso.
Ja,
Okay.
ja.
Super.
Ja.
Gut.
Ja, wir haben schon eine Stunde. Wir sind schon über eine Stunde
Wir sind über
drüber.
eine Stunde.
Ja.
Super.
Ja, aber
Okay.
wenn du noch ein bisschen was ich dich fragen wollte ist, hast du das Asterix und Obelix schon gelesen?
Nein, ist zu schwer für mich.
Zu
Für
schwierig
Asterix.
eigentlich.
Ja, ist zu viel. Aber ich habe ein bisschen gelesen, die Kurzgeschichte. Buch.
Yes.
Paul hat mir gegeben,
Sehr
eine
gut.
Kurzgeschichte Buch
Ja.
auf Deutsch und in Englisch.
Ja, genau,
Das ist
richtig.
Ja.
Mit klassischer
Ja.
von Steinbeck.
Ja, genau.
Und Flannery O'Connor.
Ja.
So, ja.
Übersetzung.
Und wie war das?
Ja,
Soweit
super.
so
I
gut?
mean, die erste drei
Hey,
Wörter.
du hast angefangen, das ist wichtig.
Ja.
Das ist war eine
Das weiß
super
ich.
Geschenk.
Bei der nächsten Aufnahme kann ich dich wieder
Ja.
fragen.
Ja.
Danke.
Und bis dahin möchte ich ein paar mehr Seiten haben. Nein, weil dann kannst du auch Vokabular runterschreiben von dem.
Ich kann in dem Buch schreiben?
Ja.
Super.
Klar.
Danke.
Klar.
Hier, ich habe einmal mehr. Gesprochen über Schenk. Schenk mir ein Bier oder
Okay. Wenn du mit
Red-
einem Bier erstochen wirst,
Stocken?
erstochen,
Schenk
mir ein Bier.
Nein, stop. I can't do puns. I can't do puns.
Alter, ich war so verwirrt.
Schenk mir ein, Bruder.
I don't even get your puns in English, and you have to do them in German now too. Lord help me. Und so
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Shanks a lot. Thank you very much. Schenk, but when you pour a beer, right?
Ja.
Schenk ein Bier oder?
Ja. Einschenken, ja.
Ja. Schenk mir ein Bier. Schenk mir ein Bier.
Ein.
Schenk ein Bier.
Schenk mir ein Bier ein.
Schenk mir ein Bier ein.
Ja.
Das weiß ich. Okay.
Weil es ist immer einschenken.
Einschenken, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, separable verb. That was one of the things that in class that was
Yeah.
really good. Was like some verbs are separable, and you're going to see the other half somewhere else in the sentence.
Ja.
This is the second half of the verb. The other half is I don't know where the fuck it is. It's near the end. You'll figure it out. Yeah.
But then
It's in Narnia right now.
Yeah.
you know them when it's been kind of finished, like, that's what it's saying. And
Ja, shake mir ein Bier ein. Shake mir bitte ein Bier ein. Okay.
Perfekt, super.
Danke. Okay, cool. Schenk mir ein non-alcoholisch Bier ein, bitte.
Yes.
Weniger gut, aber okay, akzeptabel.
I know it's a sentence they don't say in German very often, but it's like, ich trinke nicht. Yeah, I don't drink. And they go, you want a beer? At my own wedding, people who know me very well, at my own wedding so many times, but you'll have wine, right?
I
won't have wine.
Und
Trinke nicht.
Und jetzt stell dir vor, du bist ein Ex-Alkoholiker in Österreich.
Ja, genau.
Und dann wundern sich die Österreicher, dass so viele Leute immer noch an Alkoholismus sterben.
So viele Leute.
Ja.
Gut gesagt.
Okay, aber Donkey Shane, Owen, for being here.
Bitte schön.
Bitte Shane. Usually is where comedians will say something that they want the audience to do, as in follow them on Instagram or something, but I would like to give you the same privilege, but anything you want to say the audience should do.
Okay, well, I don't have that stuff.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, so
I love that. There's no at next to his name. This is just a man named Owen.
I maybe should say something encouraging, which is, I don't know, I hear a lot of people in the expat community, as they call it, talk a lot about the hardnesses and the difficulties of German, and I see it's a difficult thing, but you have to, at some level, also just embrace it and go out and just enjoy the city and the world and people, and really want to know about them and want to know about their lives and the differences and how they it's not just about learning rules and words and things, it's also about humanity, and it's a very beautiful thing to be able to do, just to be able to at some point realize that you're there somehow and you can hear people and you're not, and they're just people and they're just living, and so don't be so.
I want to take the Owen perspective onto my brain. I really appreciate you being here and talking to us. I think that's a really nice way for me to get excited again about this process.
Good to hear.
Man.
Yes,
thanks very much.
You should remain excited, because you're very, like, even just what you were saying there, I mean, the impression sometimes you give me of your level is very low, but that was quite,
I tend to do that. People, and I like to set the bar low. Unter Versprochen und
überliefern? Nein, das funktioniert in dem Fall nicht. Under promise, over deliver.
Ja.
Unter versprochen.
Unversprochen.
Nein, zu wenig versprochen, zu viel gemacht. Das wäre vielleicht
Danke.
noch
And if you're listening so far, please give us a rating on Apple Podcasts. Rate us and follow us, and please push buttons for us. We need people to push buttons for us. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And go ahead, Paul, what?
Just put something in the comments as well, because that's interaction.
Yeah.
Comment things. Start a fight.
Yes.
Bring on the hatred. Bring on
say
the
something.
intolerance and the fire.
Sei das echte Kommentier.
Yeah. Super. Baba.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Donkey Shane.